Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Gay's Greatest Secret Tavern. This side of Limsa Laminsa, the queer buccaneer. I'm your host of the Motion Star Behind the Bar, Captain Eden Jackson. And it's been one of those days where I've had a song in my head all fucking day. And basically, all I've done, aside from whenever because I've been on 2 hours of trains today, and I've just sort of been listening to that song and other songs around it on the album on repeat, and I just want to continue listening to that song, but it's gotten to the point where I know that I forgot to set up that fun little thing on OBS where you can only send there is a way to send specific audio tracks to the live broadcast, and then you send specific other audio tracks to the VOD. And if I could, I would have thought I'm going to set that up so that I can play this song that is definitely going to get me VOD muted on the live recording, but not on the VOD. And I don't know how to do it because I don't know if I can do it now that I'm live, and I've forgotten how to do it, even though I was the one that told Zem92 how to do it. The song, so can you all just play along and listen to a song for me? I would play it you, but again, we've just been over that. The song is called Smiling Swine by a band called The Deer Hunter. If you know that song, then you know that it fucking whips. And if you don't know that song, go and listen to it. It's amazing. I love it. How are you all today? That's I'm getting used to I'm getting into the spirit of doing these sort of open, it's not quite to say it's an opening monologue kind of makes it sound like I'm doing a bit on a Jimmy Fallon or something, which would be, it's so fucking bad. I'm getting the Crimbo spirit. Yeah, I'm getting into the spirit of doing these opening monologues, and they're not like bits or jokes or funny things. It's just I need to vomit out a thought to you, so I'm going to vomit out a thought to you. But yes, Smiling Swine by The Deer Hunter. That's deer as in hello deer, not deer as in the animal. Banger song. I am very into obnoxiousness. Like a Christmas obnoxious, that's an obnoxious that I can get into. That's an obnoxious I can vibe with, you know? Um that is an obnoxious that I really can vibe with. I don't think that I can. Oh, I can't turn. Obviously, I can't turn off what channel goes where while I'm streaming. That would be ridiculous. This is not Jack White. It is not Jack Black or Jack White. It's neither. It's neither chess pieces of Jacks. But yeah, I'm also I'm also Christmas obnoxious. I My friend MJ, we love MJ. MJ Pastelis does a set of streams in mid to late December called Crimesmas, where she plays crimey games like Yakuza and Hitman and assorted things, and does not talk about Christmas at all. And the point is for people that don't have a very good Christmas season, it's very good. But the reason I've never been a guest on the reason I've never been a guest on a Crimesmas stream is because I am too obnoxious about Christmas. Like, she's like, we like to not talk about Christmas for people that that don't want to, and that's very cool. That's very fair. That's something that needs to exist. I'm too holly jolly pilled, you know. I am too Christmas for that shit. So I would feel bad going on there and accidentally doing doing too much Christmas. You dig? Doing too much holly jolly bullshit. My Christmases every year are like routinely goddamn awful, but every year I become increasingly Christmas obnoxious. Make the Christmas good for you by being Christmas obnoxious. I get it. I get it. I get it. You know, it's a Christmas tradition that I've never understood, which is this is apparently an English Christmas tradition. Every year at Christmas, you make sausage rolls. This is a Christmas tradition I have never understood, because I can make sausage rolls whenever I want. I routinely make pastry things whenever I want. Why am I waiting until Christmas to make sausage rolls? What is Christmassy about a sausage roll? I'm genuinely curious, because I've seen so many people do it. It's not even like just a northern thing. It's like a general British thing. At Christmas, you home make some sausage rolls. And I don't understand. Maybe it's because I am a cook. I am a passionate home chef, you may say. Kona, does your mum cook or like scratch cook a lot, or is it just Christmas? Christmas is a great time for my family to demonstrate how little they value me. 1 year I was the only person not to receive presents and have to watch everyone else open theirs. This year I'm working myself to the bone, but Christmas spirit persists. I will give presents to myself very most. That fucking sucks. Honestly, like, that is so shit that you were the only one to not get presents. That's fucking awful. And I'm glad that you got yourself some presents, even if some of them are like, I'm glad that you're getting yourself presents, even the ones that you did not buy directly from me. But yeah, I do enjoy a Christmas. Store-bought rolls, of course. So like, wait, store-bought rolls. So the rest of the year it's store-bought rolls, and at Christmas it's mixed from scratch. Yeah, I think that might be that. Like, if people don't cook from scratch the rest of the year, it's a big deal for them to, like, even if it's like pre-bought puff pastry, which honestly, this just in, making puff pastry from scratch, that is the fucking domain of the insane people. Making puff pastry from scratch is insane person behavior. Just buy it from the fucking shop. Christmas cookies are more of an American thing, and I understand a sweet treat being a cook from scratch tradition thing. You know, I understand a sweet treat being a Christmas. Domain of the Insane is a great album name. Tote Bag is not a B grade, an S grade for awesome, or an A grade for awesome, one might say. But yeah, the B grade buy pins are only B grade because the color came out too dark. What was really great about the manufacturer is they sent us them, and we were like, nah, that color is too dark. Look at the first pressing of these you did, and then look at the pressing you just sent us. It's so fucking dark. And they went, oh yeah, no, we used a different set of enamels the first time, didn't we? Let me just make them again for you. And they sent us ones that were, you know, correctly colored. Well, yeah, so they're like perfect grade, but they're just slightly wrong color wise. Do we need to be called that, and you can design the cover? Deal. That sounds like a fucking deal to me. I am down to clown with that. So today we're doing an art thing. Instead of spinning the wheel, we are doing something to do with Christmas. I had this thought of like a logo for Santa, like Santa Claus, like Claus gift delivery services. We do a logo for that, and I did have a really good idea for that I might just dive straight into. But yeah, my idea was to do a logo for the concept of like Claus gift delivery, or like Santa Claus couriers or whatever. I think Claus Gift Delivery is the name that I would go with. I think that's where we're gonna land. But before we do that, we have to do the minute cryptic. We can't ignore the minute cryptic. Today's clue, which I'll be honest with you, is so easy that I've already solved it. Drops in between Tuesday to Thursday on the way back. So drops in between Tuesday and Thursday on the way back. So this is super easy. Let me explain to you. Between Tuesday and Thursday is Wednesday. Between two and thu is wed. On the way back means you do wed but backwards, which is do, which is drops of water specifically. I'm getting good at these. I think I'm getting good at these because I fucking boss bitched that. Absolutely boss bitched that. Liam Runnels, that was a good clue. It was an easy clue, but it was a good clue. That was clever. It's wed, but on the way back. That's fun and funky, that is. But yes, let me I just need to do a thing. Let me go to my homepage that is no longer fucking DuckDuckGo, because DuckDuckGo has done the AI bullshit thing, and we all hate that. But so I think we're doing a logo for Santa Claus gift delivery service. That's the vague concept. I've just written Christmas. The wheel just span Christmas. So in 3, 2, 1, bam. Okay, so I think the first thing we need to do really is well, I'll do what I always do, and I'll go to the Wikipedia page for Santa. And then we're also going to have a look at some courier companies for the because if we're doing like gift delivery, so this is Santa. We all know what a Santa is. Do they mention the Coke thing? Because there is the rumor that Coca-Cola is responsible for Santa being red. Yeah, the image spawned the urban legends that Santa Claus was invented by the Coca-Cola company, or that Santa wears red and white because they are the colors used to promote the Coca-Cola brand. It is an urban myth that. Sorry, let me zoom in. Let me zoom in nice and big for you. Let's go grandma mode. It is an urban myth that. Let me go wide, go large, and hide. It is an urban myth that the Coca-Cola company invented the common perception of Santa. But yeah, Santa is like. Do we really need to look at the Wikipedia page for Santa? Bring gifts during the late evening and overnight hours of Christmas Eve. That's kind of it. Flying reindeer, sleigh, Santa's workshop, elves. You know, the Christmas shit. We kind of don't need to do research about Santa. We all know what Santa's vibe is. So let's just move on. Let's do the part of the stream that is increasingly becoming my favorite part of the stream, and that is let's look at and judge all of the courier company logos. If I can find a nice collection of them, I'll have that. It's got a fucking watermark on it. It's a collection of other people's logos, you penis. You can't put a watermark on a collection of other people's logos. Dreams time, you utter penis. Let's do some judging. I think we're actually already on mood board because we didn't need to research the concept of Santa. FedEx. Like FedEx is like baby's first introduction to negative space, because you've got where's my brush tool? You've got the fucking, oh look, it's that it would help if I chose any color that wasn't white. Come the fuck on me. You're like, oh look, there's the arrow. Everyone knows about the arrow. But it's fine. It's kind of like, I don't hate it. I don't hate it. I don't know what more I can say. It's fine, isn't it? Is this company just called Express? Also, what is this? That's nothing. I refuse to acknowledge that, because that's nothing. Is this called ID Express? Because you've got the I and the D. Is it ID Express? Like, it does, like, I kind of like that it looks like a guy putting something in the postbox. That's neat. I kind of vibe with that. He's got a little smile, like, look at me, I'm doing a post. Me when I post on Blue Sky. It also kind of looks like, if I were to do some illustration on it, it kind of looks like he's playing on an arcade cabinet. ID Express, like I'd express emotion, or id, as in like this. They bring you only the most selfish of gifts. But yeah, he does it like he's playing on a little arcade machine, which I don't hate. But yeah, this is fine. This gets one tick. This is, I mean, I get it's supposed to be like a paper aeroplane, I think. But then there's all of this extra added bump that doesn't really add anything, and if anything, obscures the like, it looks like cake. Like, if you draw in the invisible lines here and maybe add a cherry, it's a piece of cake logo. I don't hate it, because I enjoy the concept of cake, but that's cake, and I don't know what this company is, but I'll never see anything other than cake now. IBM would like to talk. IBM's lawyers, like, look this up, because that's just the IBM logo, isn't it? And this, I know this is supposed to be an E, but these shorter lines being like empty, like if I all right, let me grab this color, right? And I want to try and experiment. Like, this is, I'll be honest, not a very readable logo. But if I can I have that as that, please? Yes, thank you. If I fill in these, then suddenly that E is way more readable, right? And then you just fill in all of these, or every other one. You just have less gaps, and your logo becomes infinitely more readable, which is a good thing, you know? Like, look at this. I have infinitely improved this logo now, because it says what it says now, and doesn't, like, it's just way more readable now. That is so much, like, nicer compared to this, which is basically like this just kind of looks like an I, you know? It looks like an uppercase I with a thick jumper on. It's bad. This is bad. This gets an X from me. So much cooler and not aping IBM. Yeah, this is just IBM. I'm glad I'm not the only one to see it. Like, this gets an X from me. This is a bad one. Dull. Hold on, I need to sneeze. Right. This is entirely a me thing. I saw a logo yesterday from Spraying Company, but the art in spray was a spray bottle, and I read it as spay at first. That's the problem when you do teehee, we made our logo into the product. Sometimes you fail at the legibility test, and it just doesn't look like anything. And now you've got spay and a spray bottle, two of a cat's least favorite things. You've made a brand that hates cats. So dull. This is purely a me thing, but whenever I see DHL, I think of DNL, which is the... Was it in SSX? I don't think it was in SSX, actually. I think of DNL, which was the like upside down 7-Up. Like whenever I see this, I just read this as an N, and I go, oh look, it's DNL. For those out of the know, DNL is just a 7-Up logo but upside down. I'm pretty sure it was like in a maybe I'll add DNL to the bar. I'm pretty sure it was in an SSX game. There was like fucking billboards for DNL. I'm pretty sure of it. Is that it? No? That's something else. But I'm pretty sure DNL was in, like, it was advertised in SSX 3. I might be completely wrong. Let's see what the Soda Wiki has to say about DNL. It was promoted in SSX 3! Huzzah! Hooray! I am correct. It was promoted in SSX 3. And the Lord of the Rings: The Two Towers. At what point in Lord of the Rings: The Two Towers do like Merry and Pippin crack open a DNL? That would be so fun. But yeah, so I just see DNL for this. Like, I know it's supposed to be DHL, which I'll be honest, as far as names go, DHL's not good. Lord Rings, and like I kind of like this as like a concept. Sorry, I ran out of mouse mat halfway through. Let me do that again. I kind of like this as a concept. I'm not quite sure what the step down is supposed to be, but I do kind of like the cut through with the step down. It's funky, but it's like, I'm not quite sure what it's supposed to be. But yeah, this gets a tick. It's fine. Actually, it gets a tilde because it's fine. Couriers do have to walk down steps sometime. Okay, let me grade all of these. This gets a tick. This gets a cake. I'm gonna redraw the cake. This gets a score of cake. This is cats. So that's like double tick. That's like check plus. That is a check plus from me, because I don't even know what the name of the company is, but it's a cat holding a smaller baby cat. That's a check plus from me. I would never forget that logo. Fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. And it's in Batman colors. It just gets better and better. I know there's no way that this is an original joke, but UPS, or as they say when they drop your package, oops. There's no way I'm the first person to make that. That's probably a really hack joke. I've just never heard it before. But yeah, so this is oops, which it's fine. A personal me thing that I don't like is I don't much care for Shield logos. Like, I couldn't even tell you why I don't like them. I just think they're all a bit wank. If like they feel like not to do the meme, but they insist upon themselves. Like, you put something in a shield and you're trying to go, we are the legendary, the time-honored, weather-worn UPS, United Postal Service. But when you combine the shield with this modern sans serif font, it's really conflicting, like what you're trying to give off. Not that I think that putting this in a serif font would do any better. It's just a bit, it's confusing. I've never liked the UPS logo. SF Express. If this is not SF Express, this is a terrible logo. I kind of like the sort of sniper crosshair look that they've got going on. Like it's a very unique vibe. I assume, given the characters and the lone red dot, that this is a Japanese courier courier company, and it's fine. It gets a check. It's not a check plus, just a check. It's fine. Deutsche Post. We don't have any Deutsch people, so I can't ask what's with the bugle. But I don't hate the bugle. Like it's doing something. It's doing something different. It's definitely memorable. It's fine. It gets a tilde because it's fine. DPD, I'm biased because DPD is the only courier company that seems to ever be able to find my house and deliver to me in a decent time window. But I do like the box. Like it is a box, for a box being the logo for a courier company. It is really cliche, but it does look nice. It also shows like pathways and stuff, so it looks like a map, very like a zoomed in map. I don't hate it. I've always wondered like what this gap is for. And would it be better if let's try grabbing this color, see if that works, because it might look worse, which is why they put it in the first place. Like, is that better? No, I prefer it with the gap. This is fine. It's nothing groundbreaking. It's nothing. It's not. It's a check. Like, it's not a check plus because it doesn't have cats in it. It's fine. Hermes, I will get to you, Hermes, because this is the old logo for Hermes, and the new logo for Hermes is quite possibly the worst. Its whole brand kit is the worst. TNT, I thought this was like a TV station or something. It's different. It's a funky color. It's fine. I've got no strong feelings about TNT. It's very much fine. It took me 3 tries to draw a fucking tilde. Royal Mail, TNT absolutely was TV. TNT is still a TV channel. AEW has on it, but that's this TNT, which is also TNT in circles. TNT Courier is apparently. Oh, I've seen that van before. Yeah, I know what that is. Royal Mail. I've got so much wrong with this. The crown. I know it's royal. I know it's royal. You don't have to put the crown on it, because the crown, even this simplified crown, that by the way they update whenever there's a new monarch. So I don't even think this is the up-to-date Royal Mail logo anymore. It's too much. You zoom out, you lose it completely. Abstract further, maybe just use this bit. Maybe just use that bit, you know? Also, I really dislike the inline on the font. I don't know, it's just not for me, you know? Especially on the M. Look at it on the M. Ugh, why does it come up right to the corners? Ugh. Okay, Postman Pat logo. I'm pretty sure that's not the Postman Pat font. I'm pretty sure it goes the other way around. I'm pretty sure the Postman Pat logo was inspired by the Royal Mail logo, and even then, it's not really the same. But this is bad. Bottom marks. Yerk. That's the noise. Okay, so this is the noise they make when they drop your package. This is the noise they make when they pick it back up. It's yerk. You know, just me. I got. This is my type 5 on couriers. This being progress, speed, and also a road. That's actually very good. I'll give this a tick for that alone, even if the lettering is a bit boring. And this is a little bit tight, and this is incredibly loose. Like this I would have maybe shifted this sideways a bit. I don't know. No, I'm pretty sure that is not the logo for a courier. I'm pretty sure is that not the signal for like public transport or something in Germany? DK Publishers logo. DB courier. Let's find out if this is real. Seemingly not. Dude. DB Schenker. Oh, it is. Okay. It's really boring. I hate it. It looks like a highway sign. It's really shit. Zito Express. I got no strong feelings about that. I can't even muster a thing to say about that. It's just really bland. So DB Schenker is the whole thing, in which case it gets an even bigger X because it's so boring. This is fine. This has got a little man. I like a little man. Married one. I don't like that his bag has the initials on again. Ho ho hello Vin, how are you doing? Let me color in the bag. And see. Let me do it in the right color. Let me do it in the right color. Because I think coloring in the bag would make this a better logo because it would simplify the drawing and not add redundancies. Because there's two things we hate. It's redundancies and redundancies. Then thank you for the 81 months. 81 months. That's so fucking long. Yeah, like for real, guys. This, like the simplification, the little tiny thing with it, like blank colored in. Like you see it, right? Like it's colored in, it's so good. Like that, not a huge fan of, but I do like the little man. Also dating a little man. See, we love little guys. This I'll give it a check for the little man, but it's no cat, so it doesn't get a check plus. This is really boring. I hate that. That really adds that. Okay, this bit and this bit really adds a lot of edge. Really adds a lot of edge to an otherwise really unassuming logo. Is it supposed to be a J? Oop, put my start bar away. I hate my start bar. Is it supposed to be a J? If that's a J, then the readability is quite low. But I really love what they've done here. It's edge. It's got an edge on it. Yeah, don't worry. We gave Royal Mail a big X. I quite like that. So there's me ranking all of the... Oh, we said we'd get to Hermes. Hermes isn't called Hermes anymore. Hermes was so bad that it had to rebrand to Every. And this is their logo. And it's like, okay, what if, go with me here, 4 letters, every single letter in a brand new font. Bad. Like, I see what you are trying to do. And that's, oh, we deliver all kinds of parcels. Let's factor that in by let's fucking let's make that happen by doing all kinds of fronts. And that's why like all of their signage is written like this. Like it's all in this really ugly fucking everything is every letter is a this fucking, oh, look how awful it is. Look how fucking awful it is. So bad. So bad. Every letter a different font. I hate it. Hate it. And that's what I think about the logos of all the different couriers. Thanks for tuning into the stream. That's clearly what the stream was about. Oh no, we're doing Christmas. We're doing Christmas. So let's Santa. Let's mood board. Let's grab a nice picture of Santa. Oh, I quite like this one. Oh, look at him doing a little copper tone baby, like, you didn't see me. Little gay ass little Santa. Can't you see? It says Christmas right there on the bar. Let's just grab a nice picky of Santy. Again, I don't like when he does the shush thing. Don't like when an adult goes shush to a child. That's there's something a little creepy about it. Right, we've got a Santa. We've got Santa's sleigh. Let's grab a sleigh. I've got to try so hard to avoid the fucking AI bullshit. Because that's the one thing Startpage doesn't do that DuckDuckGo did do. DuckDuckGo let you filter out the AI. I don't think that's AI, so we'll grab that. Grab a nice picture of Santa and his sleigh. I've got an idea for a logo already. And that I think might work. Let's grab a nice picture of a Christmas tree. Oh, let's all of this. I can delete all of my gradings now. Yeah, these can all be deleted now. You all know my thoughts on all of the courier logos. But we can just get rid of all of that. And I'll get rid of the every logo because we're not going to be influenced by the fucking every logo. Rule 34, Santa's lay. Terrible. Mods, keep an eye on that one. Let's bottom line all of those. Let's keep an eye on whoever. yeah. Put the pin of shame in that one. The pin of shame. We'll grab a star as well because again I've got an idea for a logo. Is there anything we're missing? We've got stars, we've got Snatter, we've got sleighs, we've got elf, a Christmas elf, and not Will Ferrell. Not this AI wankery either. Look at the fucking uncanny obs. Oh, they're all so bad. They're all so bad. I would prefer Will Ferrell. I'm pretty sure that's not AI. Because this looks like it was drawn by a child. Balls. Thanks for weighing in, Sassy. Balls. I believe you mean baubles, but I did see them in Aldi the other day as just called Christmas balls, and I'm like, there's a name for those. Make this nice and neat. Baubles. Baubles. Christmas baubles. That's what they're called. Baubles. Not ball bells. These doodads. These whatchamacallits. These cadoozles. There's another one of those words that the woman from Futurama says that I am not going to repeat on stream because it does sound a lot like a slur. There's the doodads, okay, but if I just search Christmas ornaments, that's such a vagary. Okay, so maybe it gives me exactly what I want, but they're called baubles. You know? The only comment my brain offered me was, you may be taking the Christ out of Christmas, but keeping the balls in. Ornaments is such a vagary. Like, that's such a vague word. An ornament is just a thing, a decorative thing. Okay, maybe it's exactly this. But, okay, as far as I'm concerned, an ornament, like, let's look at fucking John Lewis. Ornaments, just decorative tat. It's not Google, it's start page. Ornament just means decorative tat, you know? Wankery. But apparently it means a Christmas thing. We always call it, they're baubles. Baubles in my house. They've always been baubles. Even if they're not ball shaped, they're baubles. Or just hangy things. Because I'm not precious. Fuck you, I'm right, you're wrong. We can both be right, Vin. Because if I search baubles, I get basically the same set of fucking pictures. Baubles. Fucking baubles. In it. This one, a bauble full of baubles. A bauble, the mega bauble, the ornament, if you will. I really enjoy this one. Look at it. I'm gonna blow up your fucking stream. Got any of them fucking Christmas baubles. Look at it, it's the mega bauble. It's the Voltron of the ornaments. I like the fact that it comes with like the hanging string thing, because if you imagine, this is big enough to fit 15 baubles in it, but they are giving you the option to just hang it wholesale on your tree. I kind of want one to just hang on my tree to weigh down one side of my Christmas tree. Anyway. Are you coming the tree? It's just one of them ice cream balls from KFC. Yeah. Hang your tree on that. Yeah. That's the base plate for my tree. Anyway, so Christmas stuff. So the name of the company that the name of the brand we're doing, I think the name of the brand should be Claus Gifted Delivery. Not Claus Gift Delivery. But I think Claus Gift Delivery sounds like it's clearly Christmassy, but it's got like an air of modernity to it. We could go for like, I don't know, Santa Claus Family Courier Service, which sounds wank. But yeah, any other suggestions other than Claus Gift Delivery? Kringle. Kringle. No. Kringle. No E. lowercase I. It's so tech wank. It's so tech wankery. It does sound like a dating app that only is open in December. So Kringle is an option. Being influenced. Circle jerk. This is circle jerk tech wank. This is circle jerk tech wank all over. Am I being influenced by every little bit? But if I have to make something horrendous, I might as well go all the fuck in, you know? We could go with something more traditional. Kris Kringle family couriers. Or just like Kringle family couriers. We could go Santac if we're going to what is TWSS? Twists. Santec if we're going for like from a movie. That's what she said. I thought that was your like super high-tech abbreviation of something Christmassy. So, any advance on any of these? I still think the sensible option is Claus gift delivery. But I'm happy to be like goaded into doing Kringle. What about, is this too subtle for a Christmas thing? XMS delivery. Is that too subtle for a Christmas thing? Because I kind of vibe with it. XMS delivery. And it would, like, again, the idea that I've got, I would still kind of vibe with. Gabriel's delivery or Mary's. Okay, I don't want to get into, this is gonna sound like an insane start to a sentence, but I don't want to do anything religious with this Christmas thing. I want to do purely cultural Christmas. As much as it was, in fact, Mary doing the delivering. We're going cultural Christmas, not religious Christmas. Which is why we've gone with Santa, Elf, and Star with no like Bethlehem, no mangers. This is a purely manger-free zone. No mangers. There is plenty of room at the inn. Irrelevant to the discussion. So I think Santec is out. It's wank. It probably already exists. I guarantee Santec. Yeah, there we go. Santec's already a thing, and it looks like wank. Kringle family couriers is your sensible, boring option. Kringle is maybe too far. Claus gift delivery is another sensible option. Mary's delivery has many layers. I feel like some AI Jesus toting place would make that. Yeah, that's true. That's true. So, how on the nose or how subtle do we want to be? Because I feel XMS delivery is the most subtle. Claus couriers, yeah. Claus couriers. XMX. Oh no, that's too violent. We can't have two X's. That's insane. So of these, where are we vibing? Let's throw a little poll together. New poll. Which name? This is the first time we've ever to pick a name. Kringle family courier, XMS or Claus courier. I will allow additional votes for the price of 150 drinks tokens. You did miss the first redeem, unfortunately. It was in fact demo, which was the first. So what is the name of Santa's gift to delivery business? XMS is like maybe I think the most subtle of them. Yeah, like the key name would be XMS. It would be like FedEx Express would be like FedEx is the key name. Or like Yerk Freight. Freight is the subtitle. Yerk is the main word. I know it's YRC, but I'm going to keep pronouncing it Yerk. So it would be primarily XMS. But the full name would be XMS Delivery. Again, if you have the drink tokens, you can vote more than once. Because we are living in a drink token based democracy here. Closed courier and closed gift delivery are the least popular right now, which is interesting. XMS currently winning, but again, if somebody vehemently likes one of the other ones, they can overvote. But no, I dig this. I think they're all strong competitors in their own way. I'm surprised Kringle isn't doing better. I'm genuinely surprised Kringle isn't doing better because it's stupid enough that we'd have to do some real dumb shit to get it to work. But I kind of like that y'all have not gone for the stupid option because you want to see something that genuinely looks good instead of going for the well, what option is gonna prank the streamer the most? Kringles Pringles. There we fucking go. Why don't Pringles at Christmas rebrand to Kringles? Put a big beard on the Pringle man. Come on, dude. Come on. Like, I know people don't like messing with the name of the brand, like brand integrity or whatever. But make a cool thing out of it. Kringles. Have I seen the Christmas? I have seen the Christmas Pringles. The pigs in blankets ones are quite tasty. I don't like the Santa's secret flavor one because that we all know where our minds are going, and it ain't turkey dinner, is it? Nah. The first one is like, oh, Santa's secret flavor. He did a big cum on these Pringles. He did a big cum all over these Pringles. Or maybe that was just me. Maybe it was just maybe looking at the responses, it was just me that thought that. My first instinct was he did a big cum. Maybe that says more about me than it does about anybody else. It looks like we're doing XMS. That would suit some people. You're right. It looks like the winner is going to be XMS Delivery, which again, don't hate. Good option. It's a real solid option. And we're not even gonna bother doing a proper list of things. XMS Kringle. No, that's too much. We've gone far too far away. So let's ideate. Okay, so I had this idea of like we do two they look like imagine if you will imagine you're looking at the underside of Santa's sleigh, right? Oh dear, what have you just clipped me talking about Santa's cum? I don't like that. You've definitely clipped me talking about Santa's come. So imagine, if you will, not Santa's come, Santa's sleigh from underneath. Right? You're looking at Santa's sleigh from underneath. Sorry, So you're looking at Santa's sleigh from underneath, and these are the Merry Christmas. Thank you. So these are like these bits, the tracks, I guess, the skis, and in the negative space, it forms a tree kind of shape, and then we have a star atop. This is an absolutely wank idea. I had I had this idea last night in bed. Of course, I did. It's such an in bed idea. But it is just kind of nothing. It is just kind of a nothing idea. Now that I'm making it real, it is just kind of nothing. But again, what do we say round here? Get the shit out. You gotta get the shit out before you get to a good idea. So let's draw this properly so that we can decide it's a terrible idea. And if you want to immortalize Get the Shit Out, well, it's too fucking late. You missed the drop for the Get the Shit Out book. If you want to not miss the drop for the next cool thing that we do, then you got to join the Buccaneers Bounty, aren't you? Mods, take that man to the penis explosion chamber and have his penis exploded. To the penis explosion chamber with you. I believe that's Shark Boy and Lava Girl. But it always makes me laugh. And it will always be how I refer to mods. Mods destroy that man. Take him to the penis explosion chamber and have his penis exploded. Even though it is inevitably me that does the penis exploding, because I'm the one that hits the ban button. Right, this is an absolute wank idea, and the more I work on it, the less I like it. I was in bed going, "This is going to be such an easy stream," because I've already got this really solid fucking idea. And it's inevitably it's wank. Mod to revoke his spine privileges. That's good. That's good shit. Yeah, I hate this. I hate this. I really hate this. This is shit. So let's what are some other good Christmas iconographies? Let's go into I want to go into this idea of the tree with the star on a bit more. Because I think there's potential in the idea of it's cliche. I know it's cliche, but the idea of this with there is freight, but for Santa it's slate. Don't worry. I saw what you were doing. I ain't gonna pronounce that slight, despite the fact that sleight of hand is kind of my thing. I'll let you have that because I enjoy it. That was good. But yeah, I think there's something in this sort of very simplistic Christmas tree with the star atop it. And like we can do like a road kind of looking thing. So let's scale. Let's go horizontal. Vertical we go 100 and horizontal we go 50. 25. No, 33. Let's go 33. Make a copy of that. Make that white. Is that too... That's too thick. That's too thick. Yeah, let's 33 again gives us this. And then if we segment this into... So let's say 3. We go 1. And then we grab another one of these up here. Maybe like this. Now we've got the... This isn't equidistant at all. And I can make it equidistant by adding one up at the very top. Well, it would be here. And then another one there. And then let's distribute. Get rid of that one. Get rid of that one. What we have now is a Christmas tree. It's also a road, and the star at the top of the tree is the destination. Is that too? I don't know. Is it something? Is it anything? I don't know if this is a good idea or a bad idea or just a value neutral idea. Also looks like it does also look like a big fancy tower. Like I love the tree road, but they look better uneven because out of perspective. Yeah, I think what we should do with this is so what I'm gonna do is redraw it, but I'm going to just burping directly into the microphone. That was so fucking rude of me. I'm gonna redraw it, but in a slightly different way. Give me a moment. I want just a rectangle, please. I want to make it the same height as this. Are my smart guides off? Are my smart guides off? Why are my smart guides off? Snap to point. That's what I want. I want snap to point. I want smart snapping. Give me all the smart guides. Yeah, I want all of the guides. You think I can do this on my own? What do you think I am? Good? And then let's put these on top of each other. This is gonna look like I'm doing a lot of busy work to achieve the same product, but I'm hoping Autobahn pass for Switzerland. Oh no, have I Autobahn Switzerland. Yeah, that is kind of what I've done, isn't it? Logo for the DVLA Christmas party. Have I just made the DVLA logo? Oh. Oh. Maybe it shouldn't be a tree road. Maybe I shouldn't do tree road, but this just kind of looks like it's casting light, you know? Do I like it being the same width as the star? No. I think the little overhang, the little intentional overhang is good. Maybe even that, cut into it a little bit more. But anyway, we're doing this. So let's grab some lines. Let's go line there, line there, line there, and line at the very bottom. These are all very out of proportion. But if we make them in proportion by distributing the spacing, stroke them up, even them out, stroke them up, Not like that. Stroke them up. Delete this one. Delete that one. And now, if we go expand that and cut, we've now got one shape that if I then go at a warp, I think a warp filter is what I want now. With none of this, but all of this. Oh, that hasn't done what I wanted it to do. That's upsetting. I assumed it would pull it in and make it and sort of redistribute them towards the top, which it hasn't done, which is a little bit upsetting, I'm not going to lie, because I spent all that time doing sweet bugger all. I got randomly added to some WhatsApp group a while back, and it's like a function room thing in another part of the country. And today it was fun reading some of the messages. They just tried video calling me. Oh no! Oh no! Is the jig up? The jig might be up. What about making it an aircraft runway for the sleigh to land on? That's also kind of what we've got. Just a thought. Does making it green do anything? Making it green with... Oh, that's Heineken. Oh no, Red Star with a green. Oh, that's so Heineken. Can't be doing that. Is that have we smashed it? Gang, have we smashed it? I kind of want to try something completely different. Yeah, green and black is Starbucks. Green and red is Christmas, but also Heineken. Green and red when the star is red. What about presents at the bottom? Would that be too much? Might be too much. We know by now I'm a connoisseur of the minimal logo. We can try a present or two at the bottom, but will that busy it too much? Because like, I think a good logo has like max like 3 elements. It's got the star, the tree, and the road. Like a good logo over here, 3 elements max. 3 elements max. We've got the box, this line and this line, which look like roads. Might be a wrapped bicycle. You're so right. Like this logo, fantastic logo. You got the words, you've got the arrow. Two elements. Bugle, stand, 2 elements. This bad logo, no elements. That's a lie, but you know what I mean. Presents might make it look too vertical and take away from the road. I mean, we can try like some very simple kind of just little boxy things, but I fear like just going for some like almost random little boxy things may... Yeah, I feel like it takes away from some of the simplicity of it. Let's try a font. The box is falling off the truck. Yeah, see, bad vibes. We need gang, let's go looking at some fucking fonts. Waiting for Adobe fonts. I know we've kind of made a habit of just diving into the first idea and going, yeah, this fucking whips, let's do it. Like, I don't want to get into that habit, but this does kind of, this is kind of a solid platform of an idea. And I don't think, I'm not saying there is no better idea, because I'm not the best logo designer in the world, far from it. I just think that that's a really funky little font, that is. Look at that. I don't think it'll go with the logo that we've designed, but I'm grabbing that just for my own personal use later. That made it sound a little bit horny, and that wasn't what I intended at all. I showed y'all bad type, the font, the really bad font that I said I want to use that font in a brand at some point. I have a fucking pack of snacks that uses bad type on it, and I'm like, oh boy, oh, the mad bastards, they did it, the absolute mad bastards. What was the name of that font that I just grabbed? I just got a notification about it. As Aziga. Like, look at that. Oh, it's gorgeous. It's fucking it doesn't suit in the slightest, but it's fucking gorgeous. Look at it. Also, that's a little bit. There we go. It was a little bit shy. Fucking gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Should we start calling it Easter Eggsmas? We should start calling Easter Eggsmas. That does sound a little bit too much like eczema, though. And I'm not a fan of that. Not in the slightest. Also, what could be considered bad form is I just kind of pick the colors willy-nilly. That's obviously not how I pick the colors in an actual job for an actual client. I'll go into I'll do research, I'll do competitor analysis, things like that, and we'll pick colors that both reflect the correct vibes of the brand and also do not get mistaken for competitors. Whereas in this, it's all fucking made up. I'm gonna go into final idea because I really like this. It's all made up. The points don't matter. This is a bit of fun. This is a creative exercise. There are no competitors, so it's fine. Don't worry about it. Also, if this stream ends up being really short, I know I put it to a sorry, I've just noticed that the blur on the outside wasn't working, and now it is. I know I put it to a vote on what to do with this stream, and I know Christmas logo was the winner of that. But if we get through this quick, I might do both. We might do a little merch design as well, just because they're really fun to do, and I can bang one out pretty quickly. If I can find a good font. What's a good couriery font? Let's. X, M, and S are all really difficult, really different letters to have to work with. And I hate the fact that this is the name we ended on. That's a really tall and aggressive and futuristic, and I hate it. It's the wrong vibe. Wrong vibe. We want something fat. We want some fat letters. We want some skinny, broad. No, we want some short, broad letters. Those are the words that I wanted. Short and broad. Short and broad. That's Greek. Give me short and broad. I'll go back into fonts. Welcome to the Eden Looks at Fonts stream, where I look at fonts. We definitely want a sans serif. Get out of here with your serifs. We want a clean, give me clean font, please. That's it's kind of dull. It's not right. It's. I don't want to say we need no personality. We kind of need no personality in these. The Poppins is pretty. Poppins is a pretty solid, like, everyman font. I also like scaling this is going to be really difficult because it's a really tall, thin logo. So scaling this is kind of going to be a bit of a crime. Is there a thinner Poppins? There is a thinner Poppins. Is this anything? Is this a damn thing? Mightn't it just be? Let's throw that in there. Let's throw this down. Is this any old thing? Looking at these two colors, let's grab that. And green again. Oh, that's a lot of green. Maybe. This is going to be a little bit heinous, but I don't think I like the green. Look at this. Not a single green anywhere. But we have done a tree as the core crux of the logo. Sorry, wrong hole. You know when you do a drink and you forget how to drink and then it goes down the wrong hole? I'm currently doing that at the literal worst possible time. Right. Can we get away with... yeah, I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm fine. I just... having to talk while currently doing drink down the wrong hole is not a great combination. Yeah, can I get away with doing a tree that isn't green? Or does it instantly lose all recognizability? Oh, that's better now. I think I got it. Does it instantly lose all recognizability if we take the green out? I'm annoyed that we've drawn ourselves into this corner. Yeah, it might have to be green. Problem is, like, the color scheme is green and gold in it. Like, that's what we're doing. We're doing green and gold. But the problem with green and gold is, as a color scheme, does kind of blow. I like the road stripes being not even colored, they are cutouts. So the actual, let me, it's like this white does not exist. We go bam, 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 bam. Like that. Like, this is the actual logo. Again, like the stripes are no color, they are uncolored. They just look green. Sorry, they just look white because they're on the white background. I'm not doing that on the final one because we are not quite at the point of hitting that yet, I don't think. We're not like that far into the creation process that I would be comfortable with the cutting. Because that sort of expand and cut thing, it is a last minute thing that you do. Although this kind of ratio I think works. Maybe okay, how do we measure the, because that's too tight. But if we pull it across, like, I don't hate this. Put Xmas delivery in a box, and that can be the gift under the tree. I did maybe consider like having it underneath. You put it underneath. You go. You give it another fill. Whack that fill underneath. Actually, you want two fills. Give me two fills. Give me Phil Mitchell and give me Phil. I can't think of another Phil. Group. Phil. I want one fill in this color. I want one fill in that color. I then want to convert to shape a rectangle. No corner radius, please. Philbert Christ. I was going to say Phil Spector, but that works just as well, I guess. See now, that was an alternative. Yeah. Oh, we also want to path outline object. Let me just check the alignment on that. Make that side a wee bit bigger. So that is an alternate sort of presentation for it. But it is really long. It's a real long boy, you know? So if we did it this way, let's expand. Let's do the time warp today. Let's cut some shit. It's like this would be... Oop. This would be a very specific lockup, they're called, for when it was a very tall, thin thing that you needed to do the thing on. Which we're getting very ahead of ourselves, but I don't hate this. I don't hate this as an icon, and we can even put it all in the black color. We can put it all in the gold color. We can boost that gold a little bit to make it our white. Not quite that. Maybe that far. Maybe even that far. Like, I don't hate that. Yeah, the lockup is what you call how you present the name and the logo. So usually companies will have multiple lockups where they will have where they will have a taller one, a longer one, a squarer one, a dark, and then for all of those you have full color, dark mode, light mode, and any tertiary colors that you may have. So for this, we might add a we might add it in full green. We might have it in full gold. We might even have a sexy little red number for the for the tertiary color scheme. Lockup is a perfect name for a wrestling company. You're so right. So these would be your on and off color lockups. Let's align these two. Let's align these two. And let's go distribute and distribute. So we're going way out of sequence because we've already got the colors and we've made one of the variants. We are absolutely whipping through this. But yeah, I don't hate this as I really actually quite like this idea. And I'm happy to hit the big go button and make this the final idea. So let's cut this out and make all that one. Nope. Got another song in my head that I cannot play, y'all. But yeah, I don't hate this. I quite vibe with this. Why is there this shape? What is was ist das? That's better. So now let's do all of the associated colorways for this. We've got the black. Let's have the green. Let's have, okay, so this needs to be, that needs to be a group. That needs to be a group. This needs to be a group. Let's go for the white one. Of course, that will need the bounding box, but and the gold one. I really have kind of fallen for XMS delivery as a concept, you know. I think it's a really funky idea. I like that we've also gone for a Christmas. What's good about that is if Sony spills something on the logo, it just looks like some crap on the road. It does just look like some crap on the road. I really like that we've gone for a Christmas Santa delivery company and have not gone for the obvious red-white color scheme. We've gone a little bit out there with what could be called plausible deniability of it being Santa. Like, let's put these two here, put these two there. Like, I really like the idea. It's a really stupid idea of like, what if Santa had a actual delivery company? I don't think he would. I don't think he would go for a really obvious red white logo. You know, like the obvious idea would be you go for a red and white. You do basically a Santa hat, but that's just so boring. It's just so boring. You know, there's so much more fun things you could do. Let's align those like that. Grab them all. Make them like this. And now we need our dark mode. And our dark mode is going to be a little bit different. Because for our version of it that is on a darker color scheme, we could just do this, but what that gives us is, well, I don't know if it really matters as much with this logo, because usually what you want to do is you kind of want to make it just the outlines. But honestly, I think it works just like this. So we are just going to leave it like that. And that lesson, that teachable moment that I was about to give you, well, I have taught it you before, so you'll just have to remember it. So let's grab a nice big rectangle. That rectangle can be black, and everything goes there. Honestly, I'm really happy with how this has come out. It's gone real quick. Through colors into variants. 1 hour 19 on this. Like, again, it ain't gonna win no awards. I think it's cute. It's a nice Christmassy cuteness. You dig? Horizontal, let's go 100. Vertical, we go 60. Then let's make a copy that is, it's 60, 30, 10. Yeah, so we want 50%. Copy in the gold. Actually, no, the gold is very much the accent color. So this will be the black. And then we go for another one that is 33, and that should snap right to the bottom. Cracker, a big Christmas cracker even. Yes, a big Christmas cracker. Like, I always feel a bit weird about like going, yeah, you know, we fucking smashed this. Because at the end of the day, I am just a humble little streamer that would never toot my own horn unnecessarily. But I do think we smashed it, you know? Like, I do think this fucking whips. Consider we fucking smashed this. Yeah, maybe we did fucking smash it. I'm just now looking at the presentation of it, which is always kind of the hard bit, you know? So let's 75. Because this is the primary logo. So this should be the biggest thing on the page. You know? And let's drag it in there. Let's give it a nice bit of clear space. And let's have these. Look at you. Fucking get locked. And let's run these down one side, maybe. Let's click, 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 click. And center, distribute. Really, the distribute button, I get so much mileage out of that. Because it's just infinitely useful. And now let's center that to there. And all of this can shrink down to accommodate, wow, using more of the bottom space, maybe. Can I get these two on one line? Do I need these two at all? Do I need these two at all? Or can I get away with just the one? Can I get away with just the one? We could. We did a mock-up last time. We could do another mock-up. Or, I mean, we could just grab all of these, make this the big deal, make this the big kahuna. And have these. I know I'm just absolutely futzing around with things that do not matter. But like it matters to me. Despite the fact that it really fucking doesn't. Right. Snap outer. Snap outer. Snap bottom. Snap bottom girls, they make the rock and roll go round. Is that anything? That's nothing. Shut the fuck up. Let's ungroup these. And let's expand this to be the same size as all of this. Pull these out just a tad. There. XMS delivery. I futzed around with that for far too long, but I'm happy with it. 1 hour 26. That's surprisingly fast. I gotta save it. Didn't save it this entire time. Streaming. Wheel. Xmas. Does it look anything like our reference pictures? No. We're all slipping. Don't worry about it. It's Christmas. Yeah, I think this bangs. This absolutely bangs. The stream can be real short. What's my uptime? I can't see. There's tinsel in the way. Let me go back to here, so I can bring OBS over here and tell me what my uptime. I've been streaming for less than 2 hours. I can't send you off with less than 2 hours of stream. That's ridiculous. So, I honestly I don't know what to do now. I'm a little bit lost for what to do now. We could boot up a game, review. That's not a bad idea, you know. Let's have a look at them. I think this is, let me put them all in one folder, and then we'll have a look through all of them. There is a bit of a variety to them, to the presentation of them. I mean, these two in here. And let's sort by date if we can. Yeah, let's have a crack at all of the logos we made this year. So starting with, this was the first one we did. So this was, if you remember, this was part of the like mini lecture thing we did, where we talked about the new Games Workshop logo, and we then made a new Games Workshop logo that still had character, combining the dice with the sort of the knight's helmet and the shield kind of thing. I really like how this turned out. I have some problems with it. The space between lines there is a bit wonky. The spacing here is a bit wonky. But comparing it to, and I also shouldn't mix centered text with aligned text for a logo. That's bad form. But I think in terms of, exactly as you said, Kona, I think in terms of comparing it to the original, I think this is head and shoulders above the new Games Workshop logo. Then we have, this is the first wheel spin we did Nook Inc. And I actually really struggled with this when I first rolled it, because while Nook Inc. is a really simple logo, it's a really effective logo. So this was less of a full rejuvenation and more of just a modernization, rebrand, a refresh to discover, to align better with the tech mogul that Nook Inc. is becoming. Then after that we did Pizza Planet. Yeah, everyone in chat was offering the ideas. This was a bumping one for chat. Everyone was having a real good time with this. Then we did Pizza Planet. This might be my favorite. Saying that really early is a hard pill to swallow, but I really, really liked how this one came out. Focusing on the little green man instead of the spaceship, I think gave us a lot of room to run with color palettes that you wouldn't traditionally associate with pizza joints, that in turn allowed us to stand out from the crowd in a way that wasn't too off-putting. So yeah, really liked how this one came out. Next, then we had Bob's Burgers, and again, this is another sort of like, yeah, the little pizza cutter on the eye that also doubles as the little green man's antenna. Mwah, molto bene. So then we have Bob's Burgers, and again, this is another sort of upmarket refresh, because Bob's Burgers is very fitting of its target audience. It does what it needs to do very well. It's simple, it's homemade, and we wanted to stick with that. So we kept the same form factor of the red rectangular sign, but I really like this over here, the all black monogram simplified version. I feel like it's very Bob Belcher core, because it's simple, but it has some elegance to it. I also really like the Bob's on its own. I think works really well. And we did Harryhausen's, another one of my faves, another banger. Taking Harryhausen's, the upmarket Japanese restaurant, from the world of Monsters Inc. We've done 2 Monsters Inc. logos. Taking the upmarket Japanese restaurant, giving it a logo that befits an upmarket Japanese restaurant. It's got this very widely spaced letters that just give it some class. And then we've got the A being the chopsticks holding the eyeball, with the abbreviated version that was pointed out to me after the fact makes it look like a H. It's a really strong, really upmarket, really fancy ass logo for a fancy ass restaurant. I don't know why I made the color palette so wide on this one. There were no rules at this point. Nobody Gadgetron, I'm gonna admit, this is not one of my strongest. This is one of my weaker ones, I think. I was clutching at straws a little bit for the Gadgetron, but I do like how there's the pentagon, and then there's the slightly skewed pentagon in the middle. It shows fun, but at the same time, it's definitely giving mechanical, it's giving engineering. But I'll be honest, this is one of my weaker ones. I really like the text though. Text's really, really good in this. This is the other Gadgetron logo with the other variants, because I made this one in 2 images because I'm stupid. There were no rules at this point. Ace Chemicals. I quite like this. Ace Medical Pharmaceuticals. Sorry, Ace Medical Pharmaceuticals. I really like the logo mark on this one. The A on the bottom row there, the A that is the beaker. I think it's a really strong icon. I really like how the color scheme came out in this. It's just, it all came together really well. We floundered for a little bit with shapes and about how using the spades, but then it just ended up looking like a butthole. The rounded corners on the C looks really, really like modern, technological. Yeah, really, really like how this one came together. And this, the sort of the big one long curve. This one was a tougher one to get out. This was a tough one to put together, but once the pieces landed, they landed so well. Glitz Pit. This was where we learned to save our work. This one was a absolute travesty because the Illustrator, Adobe Illustrator crashed before we had a chance to export this out. So after the stream, I went back in with a screenshot from the VOD and recreated this, which is why it's a little bit messy. Some of the edges are a little rough. Like, look at the kerning, the spacing around the gem is a little bit rough. But as a concept, I think this is really fucking good. The star being at the very center, and then on the longer version being off shot to one side, I think it. Oh, I'm really happy with how this came out. Real happy with how this came out, and this color palette is beautiful as well. The pink, purple, and green, pink, purple, mint, green is so good. It's so good. I really, really like how this came out. Proceeding, of course, with Fox Scott Cawthon. Fox Scott Cawthon, and once again, Fox Scott Cawthon. Damn, this is fucking good, isn't it? This is real fucking good. The top hat that is also the top hat that is also the fucking bow tie that is also the name itself. Fuck me, this came out real good. It's got so much more fun to it than anything Scott Cawthon made as branding for the game. It's just, oh, so good. Lysander Labs. And the fucking font is gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous font. The only thing I would have changed is the spacing here. This being a bigger spacing than this is a little bit, that was a faux pas. Don't know what I was thinking there. I, in fact, maybe would have pulled this a little bit tighter with this, but hey, all in all, this is slamming. Lysander Labs is up next, and again, I'm really happy with it. I'm so glad. Kona, I'm so glad that you said go back and take a look at the logos you've made this year, because makes me feel real good. Because all of these have been slamming. All of these have been fucking slamming. I'm real happy with how this one came out. This version specifically, I really, really like. Like I really like this glyph in general. I really, really like how this came together. But when it's got the text curved around it like that, oh, that's beautiful. Next up. Wild Pines. Okay. I put the old logo on here because I really, really wanted to show this glow up. This to this. Oh, I could do so much evil in the world if people recognized my skills at making evil companies look great. Like the two trees with the smaller tree in the negative space. Oh, mwah, absolute beautiful. Like the old Wild Pines logo was literally nothing, but yeah, I really, really liked this. I've said it a lot. I've said it a few times. I mean it this time. Favorite one. Absolutely favorite one. Because taking the Majima family crest, literally flipping it on its head to symbolize that he's left the Yakuza and that he's trying to go straight. The perspective on these buildings is gorgeous. The curved corners. Oh, this whips. This fucking whips. We had another one we had a bit of trouble with. I think we really got there in the end. I think there's still a few things that I would adjust. Again, I think the spacing around here is a little bit shonky, but I really like the idea of this one. Of using the sort of the digging wheel. I can't remember what it's called. The digging wheel and then the globe. I think it's a really strong idea. I don't think we nailed it on the execution, but I think in theory this is a really strong idea. This is just Majima Construction again. And then we went back to the World of Monsters Inc. For the actual company Monsters Inc. In the new year, I should skip the wheel to do Red Team. That's not a terrible idea. This is I go back and forth on this all the time. I go back and forth on this one because part of me is like, it's an adorable little mascot. It's such a good little mascot. Part of me is like, is it strong enough as a logo? I think right now, specifically in this lockup, I think it's really strong. This is one I go back and forth on. I like the font, really like I'm a bit iffy on the mascot though. Mascot logos aren't my expertise. We did Venture Bros. We did a couple of weeks back where we were I was really, really struggling, and then Demo was like, "Why don't you just do a butthole? Why don't you just make it a butthole? Why don't you just do a tech butthole logo?" And yeah, I really, really like how this has come out. It's really strong. It's got like the vintage color scheme combined with the tech butthole gives it a really unique positioning. This is really strong. Strong color, strong font, strong butthole. This was the one I had the least knowledge of by far. And there was not a lot of information on like the socials about it. Yeah, there was not a lot of information to go off of. I had very little knowledge going in. I flailed for a long time, as you can see in the VOD, and then the butthole. And then here we are back, XMS delivery, which I think is quite strong. Yeah, I don't think it's the strongest one by far, but I think it's quite strong. I quite like this. And that's the whole year. How many have we done? We've done if we take out this one, and this one, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. We've done 16 weeks. That's like 4 months. It's like over a quarter of the year. It's like a third of the year we've spent doing these. And again, generally there's some really good stuff coming out of it. I feel like I wanted to teach about like the basics of logo design. Do y'all feel like you have learnt stuff about what goes into making a logo, about what goes into making a brand? Do you feel like you have learnt things? I could write a book with all these. But yeah, like if you, I don't obviously. This all started with me literally doing a lecture, but I hope that you have like learned some stuff about not like specifically my process, but the process of designing logos in general. Because it's one of them things where people don't realize just how much work goes into all of the various bits and pieces. I think these have encouraged me to just use critical eye more. That's really good to hear. And again, like logos and brands and like it all gets lumped into the same sort of evil capitalism as like marketing and stuff. And while there is a lot of evil in marketing and branding and brand awareness and stuff like that, like it's not inherently a capitalist practice. It's not inherently a bad practice. Like it is just a way to get people to trust what you do and get people to remember what you do. And with that in mind, you can do some really positive things with branding, as much as that is a absolutely bonkers thing to say. Like mutual aid and charity funds all of course have brands that they need to work on, because otherwise people don't know that they exist. People don't give and help and do all that good stuff. But yeah, it was also kind of terrifying. I've mentioned this a couple of times. It's been kind of terrifying sharing my process. My perspective, my like designer perspective, I'm really confident in. Like I'm pretty sure that what I'm saying is right. That my opinions and takes are like informed. Showing off my process, absolutely terrifying, because I know that more often than not, I'm not doing things the quote unquote right way. I'm not doing things the most efficient way. But it's the way that makes the most sense to me. So it's the way that I just naturally will do it. But you've all been really encouraging. You've all been really helpful. You've got me out of jams where I thought I was going to be stuck and struggle to find a decent idea. Like it was really good. Like as a creative exercise, it's been really good to see y'all's feedback, your opinions on what works and what doesn't. When I'm struggling for ideas, having you guys there to help me out of the jams has been really helpful. I think it's improved my design process as well, because I've been able to factor in the opinions, the knowledge, the input from you guys. So even when I'm working on like non-design non-stream designs, I'm always like factoring in the inputs and stuff that y'all have said. I need to practice logo design some more. I'm probably rusty outside of my niches. Whenever I was calling for a quick logo for a video thumbnail or whatever, I was paid such nothing money that I just slap something together and not think too much. So that much iteration process. I get that. I get that. And especially on, especially in like for like YouTube thumbnails and stuff, like the going rate for YouTube editing, asset creation, branding is so low. Like I was talking to somebody who makes logos for a rather prominent in their niche, I should say. Maybe the biggest channel in their niche, and they were getting like $35 per logo, so they didn't put much work into it. And that, like, through no fault of the designer, that does cheapen. Yeah, make it at least 350. You know, that does cheapen the logo design process, and it doesn't give you much time to actually make something good. It's so fucking garbage. Both creators could have paid more, but I was actually 10%. Yeah, like that's something that is an artist thing in general. I think artists really struggle in seeing the value of their own work, and especially if you're a fan of the person who you are working with, it's quite hard to tell someone who you look up to, no, that's not enough. Because obviously there's a parasocial element to all of that. It's quite hard to say to someone that is who's what you're a fan of. I was having this very discussion with I met up with a friend of mine who he lives over in Spain, flew over to here for a wrestling show. So we got a lunch together, and it's the first time we met in person. It was really, really cool. We were talking about like fortunately he's not had any bad experiences with it, but when he sells a wrestling design, sells a merch design to a wrestler, he won't hide the fact that he's a fan of that wrestler. And I am sort of on the other side of that. I'll sort of like try and pull back on, you know, fanboying, fangirling, whatever, too much, because that puts them in a very powerful position where they could abuse that and like pay me less than what I was worth. But in the situation where like you post a bit of art out and they want to buy that art off you, they're approaching you as a fan of your work. So then you are mutual fans of each other. So the relationship is a little bit different. But like if somebody that you are a fan of commissions you, it's like it's really hard to say, hey, no, that's not cool. Asprey Arcade is probably one of the best logos I've made. I got paid £8. That's terrible. That's so bad, dude. You deserve so much more than that, for real. Like that's less than minimum wage for an hour. So you spend an hour on that and you're working for slave wage, dude. You gotta like have a minimum. And I'm kind of shocked that you were offered that low. I think if you are in a position to be able to commission artists for your work, so if you're a YouTuber, if you're a podcaster, if you are writing a book and need to commission illustrators, you need to have a minimum that you will pay people. And if they quote you less than that, you are paying them your minimum. Super Eye Patch Wolf has this rule in place. So when I sold them my Versus Wolves design, I gave a quote that was under the minimum, and their response was, no, I'm not going to pay you that. I'm going to pay you this amount that is more. Which is not how negotiation usually works, but I took it. And I think all people that are in the position of Super Eye Patch Wolf, where you are able to commission artists, where you are able to where you like sell merchandise, or you need thumbnails, or you need logos for whatever. If you are commissioning artists as part of your job, you need to have a generous, the very least sensible, but the preferably a generous minimum that you will pay an artist, regardless of how small the piece is, regardless of how little direct monetary income having that piece is gonna um generate for you. You need to have a minimum price for commissioning artists, and you don't pay anyone less than that, because otherwise you are going to end up like paying people like less than £10 for a logo, which is absolutely fucking ridiculous. I'm so mad that you got paid that little. There's so much just philosophy of rates needs to be done more. Yeah, like similar, like it's general for like other industries as well. Like if you are a film studio, if you are a like production house of any kind, you need to have a minimum that you will pay your freelancers, and if they tell you their day rate is less than that, you say no, I'm paying you this much. If they say their day rate is more than that, you pay them what the day rate is, but if you say it's less than that, you pay them your minimum. It's insane that it's not more normalized. But then I think there's also a lot of artists undervalue their work. A lot of artists massively undervalue their work. It's wild how many artists that I see that I have to say you need to put your prices up because you're working for less than a minimum wage. But also artists, they don't know how to value their work. And I think artists are in this unique position. Artists and creatives are in this unique position where they're like, I don't know how to value my work, and other people keep undervaluing it, so I just get used to that undervaluing. It's like, at the very, very, very minimum, your commission or day rate or whatever needs to be minimum wage times the amount of hours it took you. At the very, very bare minimum, I would say double minimum wage. Take minimum wage in your country, double it. That is the starting point for your commission rates. Like, if it takes you 3 hours to do a piece, you need to charge 6 times the minimum wage in your country. And that is a starting point. I think it needs to be more normal for artists to. It needs to be more normal for people in general, but specifically artists. It needs to be more normal to talk about what you are charging with other people in your field. It needs to be more normal to ask for help with finding out rates, like finding out what other people in your field are charging, because that is how. And also, it needs to be stamped the fuck out that the artists in the same field will try and undercut each other. I know so many people that will try and undercut each other. Like, specifically, they will price themselves so they are the cheapest commissions, the cheapest freelancers, the cheapest whatever. And all that does is devalue your work and devalue the work of everybody else in your field. And before we know it, we're fighting for scraps. We're fighting for crumbs. I went a bit off on one there. I'm very passionate about artists and being paid. Some people need to check if there is a union in their field, because you say some people, every single person, if you work in a creative field, if you do anything creative, check to see if there is a union, and you are not charging less than the union says you should charge, or I will come and get you and be very mad at you. That's a really good shout, Neil. If you're a freelancer, if you're creative, if you work on commission, or if you work on like freelance basis, check the union. I'll probably never publicly do commissions again, but I really appreciate hearing all this. I get beat down a lot in artistic endeavors. It's nice to hear you are worth proper rates. You are worth fucking you like my out like when I'm working professionally, my hourly rate is £60, and that's low. You are also worth that. Back to for media freelancers, yeah. If you are in the UK and you work in the media, and that is like if you were an editor, film, like any sort of TV, radio, producer, editor, you film whatever, Back2 is your go-to. They have publicly available rate cards. You don't even need to be a member to see these rate cards, and it is just a baseline for what you should be considering what you should be charging. Considering work isn't guaranteed 60 quid. Yeah. And that's also got to pay for like my sick pay, my breaks, my like annual leave, because I don't get any of that. And of course, yeah, I'm not working like full-time hours. And I'm not like I say my hourly is 60, but I'm not charging hourly. I'm charging on a project I'm charging on a project by project basis. So it's not like at the end of the project I will go, well, I worked for this many hours, so I'm gonna charge you this much money. No, we agree on a project rate. So yeah, some people will hear 60 and go, wow, you must be rich, you're working, because they assume I'm working 40 hours a week at £60 an hour, which is insane. But no, I'm far from it. But yeah, if you are ever considering being a artist, taking commissions, if self-employed, the Federation of Small Businesses Union can join. The funniest though, union don't say they're a union because they have a lot of Tory conservative minded people union civilizations. Yeah. There's also Artist Union England, which is really good. Obviously they're England specific, but they also do have a rate card that you can go and look at. It's more for like look to do music for adverts and stuff like that. I believe Back2 covers you there. I believe that's counted under Back2. Yeah, Back2. I believe Neil's a member of Back2. I hope Neil's a member of Back2. But yeah, check if you ever want to do. I left Back2 because their graphic design department was specifically like graphic design for like making stuff for film and television, and that's not the niche that I work in. So I'm not part of Back2. But I was part of Back2 back when I was in that world. But yeah, if you ever want to do commissions, like private commissions, like straight to customer commissions, just talk to other people in your field to try and find a fair price to charge people. If you are doing professional, like business to business freelancing, join a fucking union, check their rate cards. And if you are in the position to be hiring commissioners or freelancers, get a fucking minimum that you'll pay them, and do not ever pay someone less than that, and make sure that is a sensible minimum. The shirt design I sold to Versus Wolves, I got £200 for that. That's a sensible minimum. Never pay an artist less than £200 for a piece of work. That's a really good go-to. If you're using it if you're ever using it in a business context for like selling on art or like putting on thumbnails or things like that, never pay an artist less than that. If you're in the position that you're commissioning artists for business use, do not pay them less than that. That's a really good starting point. And you are worth, if you are an artist that is doing commissions, private commissions, to like drawing someone's Blorbo or whatever, you are worth a fair wage. You are worth a fair amount. You will charge double minimum wage per hour for your work. We went some places, and I hope this has been useful. Have an undertow. I hope this has been useful. I think I'm gonna go now. that is 2 hours cleared. I didn't just go on a rant so I could get over the 2 hour mark. I feel like I just got distracted talking. You know, doing that thing where you got me going off on one. And you know what it's like when I go off on one. I just had to get it out of the system. Otherwise, I was gonna be mulling on that for ages. I think I'm gonna raid out to somebody now. Who should I raid out to? Who's doing a fun little streamer-rooney? Neil is drinking the bar dry. Holy shit. Let's go and talk to Neil just trying to get all of the channel points out of the way. Starting the new year with 0 channel points. Is that the goal? I tell you what, we got a little bit heavy at the end here. I feel like inspirationally heavy, you know. But I feel like we need to go fly out to somebody that's doing something less heavy. So Quaily B is playing Animal Crossing New Horizons. Last stream of the year, there may be a Wrestling is Silly on Saturday. I am unsure as of yet, given the proximity to Christmas. So I may have Christmas plans. But the plan is Wrestling is Silly on Saturday. And then that will be the last stream of the year. So if I don't see you then, it'll be January. But yeah. We're going to go talk to Quaily B, who is playing some Animal Crossing. But yeah, if I don't see you on Saturday, then have a good holiday season. Join the Discord if you're not already. There's your raid message for Quaily B. And you've got one more opportunity if you want gifts by Christmas. You're in the UK, nerdyqueer.com. We've got some stuff coming soon that's going to be really fun. So, until next time, Buccaneer, Buckafar, wherever that book you are, I hope you're having a fantastic rest of your day. I hope you're an artist that gets paid a reasonable wage. And until next time, love you, bye, friends.